Imagine being so deep in fraud that the FBI comes to Ghana just to get you, only for you to vanish like smoke before they arrive. Sounds like a movie? It's not. It's real life. And today, we're diving into the story of three bold Ghanaians who dodged one of the most powerful law enforcement agencies in the world and lived to tell the tale for now. If you love raw, unfiltered stories the mainstream won't touch, then this is your home. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and follow Wicked Blogger Ghana for the stories they don't want you to hear. From street exposés to deep dives into global crime, we bring the truth loud and clear. Three Ghanaians who escaped the FBI's arrest in Ghana. A few weeks ago, the FBI carried out special operations in Ghana, targeting and arresting several well-known fraudsters in the country. Names like Agony, Coffee Boat, Dada Joe, and a few others were arrested. Many Ghanaians believe the local authorities were unfair in how they cooperated with the FBI, especially when it came to the quick extradition of some suspects and the seizure of their assets. While many argue that these individuals are damaging Ghana's reputation through their fraudulent activities, others believe that the high rate of unemployment is what pushes some young men into cybercrime in the first place. It's important to understand that the FBI cannot simply walk into another country and make arrests. They must work in cooperation with the local law enforcement agencies. So yes, the people arrested were picked up by Ghanaian authorities, but under the supervision and coordination of the FBI. Here's a breakdown of how the FBI operates when targeting fraudsters abroad, in this case in Ghana. International cooperation, not force. The FBI has no power to act independently in another country. When a suspect lives outside the United States, the FBI must collaborate with local security agencies. In places like Ghana or Nigeria, they usually work with agencies such as the Economic and Organized Crime Office, EOCO, Ghana Police Intelligence, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, and INTERPOL. These operations are carried out with the full knowledge and consent of the host government. Extradition and legal requests. If a suspect is involved in a crime affecting American citizens, or businesses like wire fraud, online scams, or identity theft, the FBI can pursue legal action. But extraditing someone to the US requires a formal legal process. The FBI, through the Department of Justice and the US Embassy, sends a request to the host country. If the country has an extradition treaty with the United States, the case is reviewed in court. If the court approves it, the suspect is officially handed over to the US. The role of legal attachés, legats. To make international investigations smoother, the FBI sets up legal attaché offices called legats in US embassies around the world. These offices are the middlemen between the FBI and foreign police. For example, if a Ghanaian national is wanted for scamming Americans, the FBI's legal attaché in Accra will work with Ghanaian police to provide evidence, share intelligence, and support the local investigation until the arrest or extradition is completed. Joint investigations and global support, the FBI doesn't operate alone. They often partner with Homeland Security Investigations, HSI, the Drug Enforcement Administration, DEA, the Secret Service, and international agencies like INTERPOL. Together, they track fraud networks, trace cryptocurrencies, seize criminal assets, and shut down large-scale scams. But everything is done legally, and with the cooperation of the country involved. Diplomatic pressure and influence. When large sums of money are involved, or when US interests are directly threatened, the FBI gets strong political backing. This can push countries to act faster. Countries with close ties to the United States, like Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, and South Africa, often respond quickly to extradition requests, especially if the case involves organized fraud or cybercrime. Now, back to the story. Some Ghanaians were fortunate enough to escape before the FBI could lay their hands on them. Did someone tip them off? Or did their malams work some spiritual protection? Only they know the truth. But one thing is sure, the FBI never gives up. Until you are arrested or dead, They won't stop chasing you. And even in death, they'll still try to make sure justice is served. Here are the 3 Ghanaians who successfully escaped the FBI's operations in Ghana and went into hiding. 1. Manaf, also known as M. Unique Homes. Manaf is very skilled at avoiding arrest. He's a real estate developer and is allegedly involved in money laundering and fraud. He owns multiple properties in East Legon Hills and is believed to collect and manage funds for other fraudsters, helping them convert illegal money into real estate. He was exposed during Hajafor Rial's case and has been on the FBI's watch list ever since. According to our sources, he fled to Burkina Faso when Hajafor Rial's issue made headlines. He returned to Ghana briefly, then vanished again just before the recent FBI operation that led to the arrests of Dada Joe Remix, Agony, and others. Manaf is seen as a tough target. It's believed he has strong informants within government circles who alert him before any joint operation takes place. Unless someone from his circle snitches, he might never be caught. Until then, he remains a wanted man, and we wish him good luck in his game of hide and seek with the FBI. 2. Donroyce DNR. Donroyce DNR is one of the flashiest fraudsters out there, and that's part of what got him into trouble. He didn't follow the unwritten rule that says, keep a low profile. Instead, he flaunted his lifestyle. Expensive cars, loud clubbing, countless women, and non-stop social media posts. His yellow Lamborghini was seized by the FBI, and before things got worse, he fled to Togo, then to Burkina Faso. That quick decision saved him, for now. How long he can stay hidden depends on how smart he is moving forward. If he stays quiet and stops showing off, he might remain free. But as always, the FBI never forgets. Their code is simple. No suspect escapes without paying for their crimes against American citizens. We hope, for his sake, that his malam continues working overtime. 3. Patrick Kwame Asare. Many of our followers on Snapchat, at WickedBlogger2, have been asking about Patrick Kwame Asare. Well, here's your answer. He owns a major car garage around Achimota and is linked to the ongoing investigation involving Fred Asante, who is currently serving a 9-year prison sentence in the US. Fred Asante was a top money launderer in America for a Ghana-based fraud ring that stole tens of millions of dollars from American victims. These scams included romance fraud targeting elderly people, business email compromise fraud, and COVID-19 relief fraud. Fred was arrested in Virginia on February 17, 2021, and pleaded guilty on February 16, 2022. He was sentenced by Judge Jed S. Rakoff. Patrick Kwame Asare is said to have managed Fred's funds in Ghana. The FBI needs him to trace and recover some of the stolen money. But before he could be caught, he escaped. Why Burkina Faso? People keep asking why fraudsters run to Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso does not have a formal extradition treaty with the United States. That doesn't mean extradition can't happen, but it's not automatic. The US can still make a request, but it's up to Burkina Faso's legal system and political decision makers to approve it. If the crime is serious, such as terrorism, organized fraud, or large-scale money laundering, the Burkinabe government can choose to extradite based on legal cooperation or diplomatic agreements. But until then, many fraudsters see Burkina Faso as a temporary haven. Remember, the FBI doesn't forget. You can run, but unless you disappear completely, they'll keep coming. The game is on, and the clock is ticking. That's it for today's deep dive. The streets are watching, and so are we. Stay alert, stay sharp, and keep your ears to the ground. This is Wicked Blogger Ghana, where the truth hits harder. Catch you in the next one.